Hello, my name is Douglas Bloch. I'm an author and mental health educator. Welcome to your Depression Recovery channel, where each week we talk about practical tools and coping strategies for healing from depression and anxiety. Title of today's video is The Power of Persistence. Before we get into it, of course, we have to tell our usual joke, and here it is. What did the bald man say when he was presented with a comb as a gift? I'll never part with it. All right, puns are great. So, what's going on, boys and girls? Well, as many of you know who've followed me, I had a hip replacement surgery 4 months ago, and I've been doing videos about my experience. The first one was actually called The Power of Purpose. That was followed up with another video called The Power of Surrender. And now, since, of course, things always happen in threes, I've created a new video for today. It's called The Power of Persistence. The inspiration for this video comes from a comeback story of a major league pitcher named Tyler Matzek. I've been a baseball fan since the age of 7, so this is especially near and dear to my heart. After a promising start in the majors, 3 years into it, he developed an anxiety disorder called the yips, Y-I-P-S, that destroys a pitcher's ability to control the ball. It got so bad that when he played catch with his brother, who was standing 5 feet away, he still threw the ball over the fence. So by 2017, he had been dropped by virtually every major league team that had hired him. And he said, that's it. I quit. Nothing left for me. But his wife, Lauren, said, no, I think you still have more to offer in the game. Give it one last try. And then after thinking about that, he said to himself, if Lauren can go through the pain and suffering that this is going to take, then I can too. It was then that he met a man named Jason Kuhn, a Navy SEAL who also had a promising career as a pitcher, cut short by the yips. After he dropped out of baseball, Kuhn decided to come up with a program that would help other pitchers overcome the same situation. He developed it, and when he heard about Matzek's plight, he said, come work with me for a couple of years, and that's what happened. By 2019, Matzek had improved enough that the Atlanta Braves decided to take a risk, and they hired him on the team as a relief pitcher. Now, let's fast forward 2 years. It's now 2021, this year. Matzek has become so good that he's the dominant relief pitcher in the postseason. He not only helps the Braves win their first pennant in 22 years, but then he goes on to the World Series and plays an instrumental role in helping them win their first World Series in 26 years. Well, when this occurred, suddenly this story became a sensation and it was picked up by many papers. Here, right here. I printed out all these articles in the New York Times, the Los Angeles Times, the Denver Post, etc., all saying the same thing, that he had made this remarkable comeback. Jason Kuhn, who was interviewed, said it was an incredible tale of perseverance and resilience. And as a final tribute to Matzek, the Los Angeles Times wrote that, remember, I didn't say this in detail, but he had actually knocked the Dodgers out of contention for the World Series, even though they had won the World Series the year before. A big upset. And yet the Los Angeles Times wrote the story called Tyler Matzek's Battle to Overcome the Yips Inspires Many. Now that is a fitting tribute. I hope that you are one of the many people who's inspired by this story. To me, Tyler Matzek is a role model for anyone who has ever suffered from crippling anxiety. He shows that no matter how bad it gets, you can fight back. And this is exactly what I did in 1997. I was in the middle of an episode of agitated depression. I was so anxious that people couldn't leave me alone. They had to babysit for me. So a point came when I said, I'm a shadow of my former self. Will I ever be normal again? Yet because of the faith that Joan and my friends had in me, I consisted and continued to persist, try everything I could to get better until one day I was led to my recovery. So, if you've ever been discouraged because you've tried many things to overcome a difficult situation and none of them has worked, you can take solace, inspiration from Tyler Matzek's comeback story. You can tell yourself, look, I know I've fallen down, and every time I fall down, I'm going to pick myself back up and keep moving forward until I find the results I'm looking for. And you know what? It took him, 7 years? It took me 46 years before I finally got my act together. So, it doesn't matter how long it takes. Just keep persisting and things will eventually work out. I would like to close with a quotation I say to myself every time I get discouraged. It's by former President Calvin Coolidge, and this is what he said. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Persistence and determination are alone omnipotent. Press on has been and always will be the answer to every human problem. Or, as the Dalai Lama said, never give up, no matter what is going on around you, never give up. This has been Douglas Bloch. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and took inspiration from it. If you want to leave your comment about the video, first of all, give it a like, right? That's what drives people to YouTube, and we could use some these days. And if you want to leave a comment, do so in the comments section. And if you want to write to me directly, just email me, douglasbloch@gmail.com. If you want to subscribe to this channel, help us reach 100,000 views, simply click on my photo during the closing credits and you'll be taken to this subscribe page. And if you click on the little bell to the right, you'll be notified every time I do a new video or a new live chat. And if you want to support this channel financially, simply click on the crowdfunding site Patreon and you'll be taken to that website where you can become a monthly sustainer. And until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. Thank you so much for watching and keep persevering.